Hello, my name is Trish Everett, and today I really want to talk about how blame can start to erode the culture that is going on in your workplace. So let's start with blame. Blame is what happens when we want to put responsibility for something that's happened onto somebody else. And it tends to be quite negative. So when something happens and we want to put our responsibility onto somebody else, we blame them. So it's their fault. They've done this wrong. I've been persecuted by this or that. There's this idea that somebody else is responsible for the discomfort and pain that we're feeling as individuals. There's a lot of judgment that goes along with it. And there's a lot of it's you, it's your fault. There's a lot of finger pointing and that kind of energy. So on a personal level, if I'm blaming somebody else for something that's going on with me, I am taking something from within me and putting it onto somebody else. Like I'm feeling annoyed and frustrated and I am going to blame this other person. I'm taking it out of me and I'm putting it onto someone else. Which, it can feel fantastic because I'm no longer responsible for it. It's yours, and that horrible feeling inside of me, I've just pushed it away and it's on you. The thing that happens though, when we do that, we're also giving away our power to fix or change it. Because the moment we blame somebody else for what's happened, that is the moment where we no longer have power to change it. We are then, if blaming somebody else, starting to move into that area of wanting to change somebody else. And as we all know, changing other people, it can be quite tricky. So by putting blame onto somebody else, we're actually giving our power away. We're actually giving the power to make it change to somebody else. So when we take this whole concept into a whole bunch of people in a workplace, what's actually happening is that there's a lot of giving responsibility away for a whole bunch of things that happens, and it can actually turn into a bit of a culture. And this culture of putting blame is really, really disempowering. It's disempowering for the people who are blaming because they're no longer responsible for making the change. And it's disempowering for the people who are being blamed because they're all of a sudden responsible for somebody else's thing. So what we're wanting to do is really try and pull the blame out. Actually step into a culture of responsibility rather than blame. That doesn't mean that we can't ask other people to do things, we can't make changes collectively. What it means is the way that we do that comes from a place of responsibility instead of blame. So what I would love for you to do this week is just see personally in yourself where it is that you are going into that blame response. And every time you go into that blame response, notice and see if you can reduce that. See if you can start pulling the responsibility back to yourself and increasing your own power over your own situation. Thanks for listening. I'm Trish Everett, and if you would like to talk to me more about a culture that's free from blame, I would love to talk to you.